will see Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Drake May and the New England Patriots.
The onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Patriots to take over for the first time, led out by the rookie, the 3rd overall pick back in April out of UNC, and that's Drake May.
And when you watch young men come into the league, you know they're not going to continue to be the same quarterback they were in college. You expect to see improvement, but you do see many of the same attributes. This guy, even as a rookie, a lot of poise, understand the offense. He's fully in control out there. To me, he has the makings of a real field general type of a player, someone who doesn't get rattled when the pressure's on.
May going to throw right away. He's got Hooper on the short connection. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short. They go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Called out a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Well, the 49ers getting ready to go on offense, and it's the Pro Bowler Brock Purdy at the helm in his 3rd NFL season now out of Iowa State.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won. And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game. Surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here. and I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Purdy to throw it on first down. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down. McCaffrey running up the middle. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. You look at this Patriots defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the passer, number 28.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
And did he get in? No! They'll mark him out at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there, doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But a huge play there, going to set him up with first and goal from very short range.
Shotgun now with Purdy. Touchdown! Christian McCaffrey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are on the board first here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Jake Moody now for... the point after. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it's finished off by a receiving touchdown from Christian McCaffrey. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 97 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Throwing now, May on first down. He'll dump this down to Stevenson.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down.
This defense for the Niners, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 3. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And they are going to get this one back, it looks like. So nearly like-for-like fumbles, but they hang on to this thing and keep it a turnover. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
2nd and 6. They'll throw with May. And that'll be complete to Stevenson.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw. May work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 27-yard line. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation. Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Stevenson. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal.
This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one. One possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone. Down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 20 carries, 131 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. This running game so important for them.
And now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On first down, Purdy connects with Kittle underneath.
So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down. Immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Well, you look at this Patriots defense.
They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his first touchdown on the year.
And the 49ers are able to extend their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now Moody. For the PAT.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. No run back here for Jones, a touchback.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Fred Warner, the all-pro linebacker, there on the stop.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here is 3rd and 5. Here's May.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Here's Bryce Behringer now. And it's fielded at the 34. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. In motion right, Debo. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Gets past one man. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
This is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent gain.
Back-to-back. Good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This 2nd and 4. Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Ooh, with a juke. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. Flash those fast feet, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line as he can't get any closer to the end zone. Here's Purdy. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the 49ers are able to widen their advantage. So what a start. It's not often you even get 3 possessions in a 1st quarter, but he now has 3 touchdown passes. An extra point try. Now for Moody. And it's 21-3. 21-3 is your score after one. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it as we resume action. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The New England's offense set to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1, and that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And this will be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Throwing here is May. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 30. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 50 yards rushing for him now to this point. Now 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Purdy. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And Kittle going to have a 49ers 1st down as he's up to the 44-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Down to about the 32.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Purdy's throw taken in by Samuel. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose, and boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
This offense on third down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down. Throwing here, Purdy. That's to his running back, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Juwan Bentley there to get him down. Now a 2nd and 6. Purdy now to throw. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Purdy.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey
with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Niners are able to add on to their first half lead.
They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not... prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Moody good with the extra point.
And a rout is on here in this first half. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Patriots ready to get the football back. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call, because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Now May to throw on second down.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
To throw, it's May.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Stevenson. And he goes out right around the 39. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Taking it about the 16. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
86 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He's going to try and take off with it. And Purdy finds a way to move the chains. He slides to a stop, and he's got the 1st down.
That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over, because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Samuel going to go in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
Powers through. They juked him.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And Mitchell going to have a 49ers 1st down as he'll get it down inside the 25. Play action. Now Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
McCaffrey going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Purdy looking to throw. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the 49ers extend their lead yet again. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. Now, for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
On 3rd down, here's Stevenson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To the air, May. Short pass caught by Henry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Douglas, the man in motion. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
Christian McCaffrey and his 49er teammates back onto the field.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And now off to the races down the right side.
And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. 132 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
He went over 100 yards a week ago, and with that run, he does it again.
He's an absolute horse, a guy that eats carries. And what I mean by that, the more you hand it to him, the more the production you're going to get. A big-time performer.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jennings. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
18 more yards there and another first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, it's Purdy.
Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel.
And the 49ers are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Now Purdy.
His pass caught at the 4. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Second and goal from the 1. On the ground, McCaffrey. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Niners will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Boy, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
Extra point try now for Moody. And the route is on here in this first half. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to a... The 23. The Pats going to get one final possession in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. From the gun, it's May. Open man is born. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, here's May. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Javon Hargrave. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll start by heading out west, State Farm Stadium in Glendale. And it's the visitors who are out in front in the second quarter. Jaden Daniels leading the way there. Next, we'll head up to Las Vegas. Check in on the Raiders at home in Allegiant Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Nick Chubb has a touchdown run. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. Matthew Stafford, excellent in the victory as his guys move to 3-1 after 4 games.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And this is caught. Jennings. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. An option give now to Mitchell. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 19. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Dobbs. Touchdown 49ers. Danny Gray, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to... Cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Moody good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now back to throw. He finds Douglas complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
They'll throw on first down with May. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He'll get this into the hands of Stevenson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling. Held it to an okay gain.
The first-round pick looking comfortable in this offense. First down. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Still in.
Search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Running left is Stevenson.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Let's go. Check. Watch the D4. Keep it up, defense.
Stevenson is into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Chad Ryland now to add the PA.
So they get one score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told.
And it was polished off by a Ramondre Stevenson touchdown run.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49ers settling in for their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive.
Matt Judon there to bring him down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Trying the right side with Mitchell. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, it's Dobbs. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. A big pickup of 38.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field.
Jennings. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Here we go. Shot. County Lion. 48.
Throwing here, Dobbs. Escaping the pressure right. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Joshua Dobbs, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are pouring it on.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking. Nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates. I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Now Moody for the... PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. That time a 6-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New England trying to get a place on offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Douglas, the man in motion. Throwing now, May on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Douglas. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 40.
Might wander into some tough coverage.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Trying for it with Pirine. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll throw with May. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Now May on first down. Hits this running back, Pirine. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Off the play fake. Here's May. And the Niners get there and bring him down. That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. May. Throw out wide is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Here's Dobbs. Can't get away, and he's taken down. That's Foley Fadukasi who got in there and finished off the play.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep for Jennings. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Patriots take over.
New England's offense set to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the fourth quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Here's May.
Short pass caught by Henry. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Back to throw.
And he'll let this go deep for Bourne. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The Patriots send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and that will come the offense as they take over. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
We've paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the fourth, Charles, it's really, really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result, this is Super Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel awfully good about what they put out there today.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Back to throw Dobbs. He'll buy some time right. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. He's got this almost to the 40 before going in.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. First down, here's Mitchell. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 67 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Once again, it's Mitchell.
And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
On 1st and 10, it's May.
He finds his man, complete. It's Douglas. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Throwing here is May.
He finds his man, complete. It's Douglas. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14.
3rd down and 1.
Looking to throw.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
And did he get in? No. They'll mark him down at the 1-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
Ricky Pearsall
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Niners are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's Been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. New England trying to get a place on offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down. They'll set up to throw. Setting up the screen to Pirine. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 27 yards there, a first down. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Douglas, the man in motion.
From the shotgun, May with it.
He'll get this out to his running back, Pirine. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
Second down, May.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Dobbs.
And this pass caught by Gray.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Fighting through it, he's got space. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
That's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Another run with Mitchell. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll try the middle with Garindo. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from blocking.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the 1st.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now Dobbs being chased out left. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Ricky Pearsall with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the 49ers continue to pour it on here in the 4th. But Charles, in this win, they've really just had one speed, and that's been all out. They're still driving the ball downfield despite the circumstances and the big lead, and they just continue to find ways to get into the end zone with ease.
They're certainly in that zone where almost everything they try is successful and often leads to points. Teams don't get those types of games very often, so when they do, many of them just want to take advantage of it to the last second.
Moody good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Well, the Patriot offense back out, getting set to go. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
To throw, it's May. Open man downfield, that's Smith-Schuster.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Douglas.
And he'll be out of bounds after his short pickup, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
2nd and 5.
I'm here all day. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
From the shotgun, it's May.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Again, he'll drop to throw.
To the right side and intercepted.
Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line.
Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
The 49ers offense making its way back out there.
CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game well decided a long time ago.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Right back to Mitchell here.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. This is Jennings. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
On the give, it's Guerrero.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Niners, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for New England, they'll drop down to 1-3, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For Charles